Jacksonville City Councilman Garrett Dennis says that the Jacksonville City Council needs to do more than just sit around and talk about the protests and about race relations. He says they need to do more for the city. He suggested Sunday that the council should make policy changes to give our neighbors a better quality of life. Councilman Dennis joins us live this morning via Zoom. Good morning, Councilman. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Councilman, what policy changes do you think need to be made?
First and foremost, we could help our small businesses. Jacksonville every year procure about $300 million in goods and services, and there's no mandate for local small businesses. We could do about 20% and yearly infuse $60 million into the small local businesses here in Jacksonville.
And do you think that are you saying that because you feel that small businesses owned specifically predominantly by members of the Black community are somehow, not able to thrive as much as others?
Absolutely. Right now, if you really took a deep dive in our procurement process, a lot of our goods and services go out to big companies or, just a few companies. And I think it's time for the city of Jacksonville to spread the wealth.
When you and I spoke yesterday, you mentioned that you're concerned about the public's ability to come to city council and to speak to the men and women who make policy changes, and legislative changes here in our city. Why are you concerned about that?
A few years ago, we used to have 2 periods of public comment. And that was taken out. And now public comments at the end of our meetings. And sometimes our city council meetings go until 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And so the public, if they're coming down to City Hall, they have to go to work the next day. They can't stay. And I think it's wrong. And I think what you're seeing now is the frustration to voice their concerns, voice their opinions. And so now they're doing it in the street.
And you've glitched there for just a second, but your concerns, of course, are the ability of constituents to speak to the city council openly early enough so that they're not there for 4 and 5 hours so that they can express whatever concerns they might have. And those concerns might be related to the sheriff's office as an example. When it comes to race relations, what are you hearing from your constituents? Is there a deep division, do you think, between them, members of the Black community, and local law enforcement?
Absolutely. Our sheriff's office, they're not transparent. Right now, there's been a cry for years about body cameras. City council, we heard the cry of the community, and we fully funded body cameras here in Jacksonville. But now, as you see, the sheriff's office refuses to release the body cameras. And so the community is in an uproar. Think about it. Body cameras can show that police officers they're doing the right thing, and then they also can show the story that they're not doing the right thing, and then it's an opportunity for the sheriff to clean house. And so, they're great cops, but you do have some bad apples.
And you have bad apples in every profession, one could probably argue. And to the defense of the sheriff's office,
Sure.
And if the sheriff were here, he would probably say that, body camera video, when it involves a police shooting, as an example, it's considered evidence. And the state attorney's office has to investigate. And as a result, it's not public record. Is there something that the city council can do to perhaps change that and force that video to be released earlier?
Yesterday, I formally asked the Office of General Counsel to look into the legality of compelling the sheriff's office to release the video earlier. Now, there's best practices all over the country on how they use and release body cam. And as you see, day in and day out, body cam is being released from police shootings, from incidences. But here in Jacksonville, there's a resistance to release any video. And it's unfortunate. And like I said, I reached out to the Office of General Counsel, made a formal request on the legality. And once I receive that, I will be filing legislation to compel the Jackson Sheriff's Office within legal parameters to release body cam.
And we will certainly follow up with you as well as the sheriff when that happens. Councilman Garrett Dennis joining us live here via Zoom. Thank you for your time this morning.